got teeth. I just don't have them in. That's all.
I can't wait to get new fucking teeth. That's my like next life goal. New teeth. Whoa.
I'll put them in.
No, I'm getting like real, like just a fucking implants. I do not want to fucking take my teeth out and like have to put them in a fucking thing overnight, dude.
No, I'm getting those too. I'm going to Turkey to get my implants, but I got these in the meantime. I don't wear them unless I'm going somewhere important.
For sure.
I
got you. Right I got you. So it's just a temporary thing.
Yeah, but here's what it looks like when it's in, though, you know?
Yeah. Good and shit. That's cool. Why am I talking like you just got it off of a fucking like out of the teeth aisle or something? The right fucking fit, right size.
As far as dentures go, they're pretty good quality.
Why are you going all the way to Turkey to do it? Just because it's cheaper, or they're better at doing it? Or
it's 60 grand here and it's 10 grand there. Plus my boyfriend lives in Turkey, so.
Okay.
Yo, Phantom, I got news for you, okay? This guy's gonna rob you and take all your tooth fairy money, and you're gonna be fucked.
I've been with him in person multiple times for weeks on end before.
Oh, so everybody goes to Turkey for like shit like that. Okay. I had no idea.
No, this will be my first time going to him, but he's been in the States.
My thing is just like, I guess I'm a pussy because I'm only fucking like cool with like American medicine fucking with me, dude, messing with my body, I guess.
They make people think like that because they want you to spend fucking 60 goddamn grand on bullshit.
I know, but sometimes you'll have these like cheapo ass fucks that like in countries and they don't really do a great job at all, you know, and that's why it's so cheap.
Now, look, I mean, that might be true in some places, but Turkey is renowned for dental and medical tourism.
For, like traveling there just to do that shit.
Yeah, yeah, I just figured that out.
Turkey for a lot of like hair transplant stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, pretty much like if you go to some parts of Mexico are really good for medical and dental tourism, but others aren't. Colombia's horrible, never go. Costa Rica, never go.
Cuba's like really good.
But Turkey is really, really good for most things. You know, titty job. Go to Turkey. Get a nice, cheap-ass boob job. Get them titties taken care of.
I wonder if I'm do certain misdemeanors count as... Does like a fucking... I'm not a felon, so I'd probably be able to get into Turkey, but I have a fucking DUI, but it's really old. And like,
well, even if you're a felon, you can travel outside the country. Even if you're a felon, you can get a visa and a passport. You don't need to not have felonies to travel the world.
Yeah, there's certain countries that won't allow you in certain crimes.
Yeah, like Canada, I can't go in there ever.
Yeah, well, yeah,
I don't think
they're full of themselves, man. Most countries they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, there's only one reason I wanted to go to Canada, and it was a long time ago. It was fucking stupid. There's no reason for me to go up there.
You know how it's so hard to, as an American, to immigrate there if you want to. Like they're such assholes. They make it so hard. It's easier if you're like living in a hut in Africa, you can get into Canada, no problem. But you know, an American, your brother, your neighbor, you're gonna make it that hard for me if I want to move there? Fuck you, Canada.
Okay, it's because like DUI is a felony in your country, and even though my shit's just like a misdemeanor, class A. I think class A.
They just legalized all fucking drugs in Vancouver, dude.
Wow.
Everything. You got people opening cocaine, literally cocaine stores in Vancouver.
That's kind of fucked.
Why? They're getting it anyway. They're gonna get it anyway.
For the record, there literally are not cocaine stores in Vancouver. I've walked around a little bit and I haven't seen them. So I don't know what this guy's talking about, but this is a guy they call Phantom. And he has one hell of an imagination and a motor mouth to go with it.
For every drug addict. That like
Oh, there are cocaine stores in Canada. Look it up. There's stores you can go.
There are no.
They call them cocaine stores, but you can buy anything in there.
There are no cocaine stores. There are no cocaine stores in Canada.
Yeah, there are.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
All right, give me an address of one, and I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna go have a walk there and have a look.
Boy.
Yeah, give me an address. You said Vancouver has them, so give me an address in Vancouver. Vancouver downtown Eastside drugstore, cocaine, heroin, meth. Yeah, okay. Downtown Eastside is where all the meth. It's where the homeless and drug addicts kind of congregate. It could be one of those safe using sites or something. And there's also the test your drugs down there. You can take if you have drugs, you can take them to a place and they'll test them for you to see if they're safe to use. You're not going to die.
Here's one example. They did finally arrest him, but his shit was open for like they didn't know what to do for the longest time, and that keeps happening. Like people keep opening stores and pop-up businesses where they're just out in the open selling hard drugs, and usually they don't get arrested.
Yeah, but it's not legal.
British Columbia.
It's not legal.
And there's literally brick and mortar storefronts that they arrest them, then they get out of jail, they open another one down the street.
That's nonsense. I live in Vancouver, dude, and that's nonsense. There are none of those stores around.
It's in British Columbia. They
Is that a fact?
all drugs.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that's.
Well, you're missing.
That's not what you said. You said that there were
misinformed.
stores. They decriminalized all drugs. But
I just linked you to an article talking about how there was a store.
Yeah, and I also linked an article. The guy selling these things illegally, not legally.
Exactly.
Well, then why was this shit open for? Why don't you look up how long it was open for? If it was so illegal,
just because it was open doesn't mean that it's legal.
Oh, really?
The statute of limitations rang out, so now it's legal.
I'd love to see someone open a store in New York selling cocaine, see how long it fucking stays open.
Do you think that he was like publicly advertising?
Yes,
like
he was. He had a sign with his menu on it in front of the store.
He was probably right in the community where everybody lives and didn't need to advertise.
There was a sign outside his store right on the street saying with the menu of the prices in the
You're a
drugs
fucking
he was
idiot, dude. You're actually
His store was probably a little, chair, table, and umbrella.
No, listen, you can't go around. Canada has legal drugstores now because this one guy is illegally selling drugs publicly. That doesn't.
They said they're all over Canada now.
What a fucking idiot!
Look at the future, man. That's the way we'll be in the situation.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
Yeah, I second that.
Man, I give the man props, man. You're talking about an entrepreneur right there.
Oh, drug dealing, openly drug dealing. Is an entrepreneur.
Yeah, he did it, in a stand-up way, right? Transparently, and it was such a gray area.
So it's a store for current addicts. Is that correct? Or is it a store for everybody, like the tourists can go there?
What would you prefer? They could buy fentanyl-laced.
No, I'd prefer only addicts be allowed to buy in these stores if they really exist.
Well, how about you just mind your business and let people do what they want to do?
How about you do the same thing?
I do. I got no problem with it. let them all open. I wish there was more cocaine stores and 7-Elevens.
I think they just need to legalize hallucinogenic type, like mushrooms.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are legal. I can buy
They
those.
started. They
I can buy
sell
those and
them
get them
shits at the
delivered.
shops that I go to.
Yeah, mushrooms
But
are
I don't know if
legal.
they're real though, so I don't want to like.
Yeah, mushrooms are
Sorry for
real.
talking over you.
MDMA is real. LSD of some form is real. So some
Hey,
stuff.
to the chick, to the person, I think it was the girl who said he wasn't advertising it publicly. I want you to go to that article so you can see the picture of a smiling face as he's holding his menu, walking down and down. Going, come on in. Here's for your heroin and your ecstasy and your cocaine and your fucking whatever the fuck else.
I think I remember reading about that.
Just to be clear by what I meant by that, you're right. That is public, as in he has a sign and he's walking down the street with it. But if he wants to get like public attention, real public attention, and the attention of authorities, it would be like paying for advertising on websites, paying for advertising in newspapers. Those are legal advertising avenues in which the words you would describe to say that they're all over Canada, it's legal now that they have these stores, you're just lying and exaggerating. Like, that's crazy.
I may have loosely used the word plurally.
Loosely is an underestimation.
But if you look at the date that this article was published on Vice, and you look at the date the guy was arrested, it's unbelievable that he had this.
What is it? The same year?
Even if it's
Is it the same? Is it the same year?
Is it the same month?
Even if it's a day later or an hour later.
You're an idiot.
Even if it's an hour later, really, he puts out all this money and he sets up shop. He gets signs
I just
made.
want to point out.
Yeah, he's
You
out.
first said that this was all over Canada and
Yeah.
that it's the stores are a thing here. It's not true. One guy did one thing, and it doesn't make it a thing. Yes, you did.
I said they have cocaine stores in Canada. That's what I said. I didn't say it was all over Canada. I specifically said Vancouver too. So
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I
Heard
specifically
that,
live
yeah,
in
whatever.
Vancouver too.
Fucking, this is a boring ass conversation, dude.
I
Yes.
find it fascinating.
Switch
man.
it up,
I'm
switch it up.
Cocaine.
Switch it up.
Yeah, exactly. Switch it up. Yo, Ashkenazi atheist, what's up? I've never met you. How you doing? I'm
doing
Nathan.
wonderful. What's
Ashkenazi
it?
used to roll with Dutch's crew, Joe Nathan. You know the Jewish mafia? He was part of that.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, hey, at first I thought it was Prussia, but no.
Mm-mm.
Prussia's probably never coming back. Ever.
Mm-mm. Well, it's still a part of Prussia that's left. It's called Königsberg.
I'm talking about a user that was here,
Oh.
but there. Somewhere.
Dude, I want Victor to come back. Victor was over here, but that fucking tacky bitch who pretends to be Irish, he drove him away.
Hey, what happened
Oh,
to the
that's
two,
not good language.
leaders that-
Bad,
what happened
bad,
to
bad.
the two former? There were two guys that seemed to run the place back in the Tiny Tat days, and I don't see either of them here. Where are they?
What?
Slow. Is that his name?
He comes here sometimes.
And then the other guy, a lot of facial hair, big magatard.
Dutch? You think of the Dutch?
Yeah, Dutch. Yeah, Dutch.
Hey, the fuck?
Yo, Ashkenazi,
I hope Dutch never comes back here. Fuck that dude.
Ashkenazi, send Rogan the link over here. Would you mind doing that?
Would you mind guaranteeing me that he'll come in here?
Well, let's give it a try. I mean, tell him Phantom is here, and then he'll join.
Yeah, but by the time he reads it, it might be 3 hours later. Well, I'll
You
send
don't
it.
learn to follow the rules, or you
I'll send it nevertheless.
You best better be showing the lady some respect there. I'm gonna put you in my mouth.
Now this news, that seems very reputable.
So yeah, there was a cocaine store in Canada.
Yeah, there's a cocaine store at this bar I'm about to go to too.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't have a sign.
Really? How much for a ball?
I don't know the measurements of things.
How much does a ball weigh?
3.5 grams.
Oh, okay. You can get it for
It
35.
used to be 50. What?
$35.
We used to get $50 8 balls fucking here.
I don't know.
I
what
have
that
no
size
idea.
is.
I'm just
What?
guessing.
And it was
I
super
know
cheap
people
back when I
buy
was
in 40 or 100.
back when I was a teenager. We used to get it from the Latin Kings in Chicago. We could get a good price, and even back then it was $100 for a ball, 50 a gram if you're lucky. Now, last time I bought coke was a year ago, and it was like $300 for 3.5 grams. Most expensive drug you can buy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
For
Yeah,
cake,
that is
for what?
fucking insane.
Hold on, what drugs is?
Yeah. Well, no wonder everyone's smoking meth.
So you're saying cocaine is too expensive?
Hell yeah, dude. Fuck.
I don't know.
$100
I'm not
for
a
a gram?
consumer.